cute enough to go anywhere, but I must do something with your hair.
The hair's all right. Leave it alone. What's the matter with it?
Well, you might ask. You can't expect to look like a lady, like Miss Isabella, and behave like a tomboy half your time, running off over the moors with Heathcliff on every occasion that offers.
I'll not give him up. No matter what you say, in spite of Hindley, I'll not give him up.
Nobody's asking you to.
Yes, you are. You know as well as I do that Hindley hates me being with him. But then, Hindley hates everything, even his own baby.
Don't say things like that.
And don't pull my hair. Leave it alone. I'll finish it myself. Edgar will be here soon.
Very ladylike, I'm sure. Quite the queen of the countryside. But let me tell you, miss, you'll never grow up to take your place in the society of the district until you pay heed to your elders. I don't hold the way Hindley treats Heathcliff myself, but I do agree with him that you must be stopped from copying his gypsy vagabond ways.
Heathcliff is not a vagabond. He's as good as you or I, or Hindley, who with a dozen simpering Edgar Linton.
Look, miss, don't come your pert ways with me. Master or no master, I'll fetch you the slap you're asking for.
You just dare.
Oh, if Mr. Hindley were it now.
Well, he's not, is he? He's out. Thank God. I want the place to myself.
Miss Catherine!
Miss Catherine! Lord, I hate myself. Well, tear this frock out.
Do what you please, but do to learn. You'll be in a better temper, miss, before I'll have any truck with you. Are you going anywhere?
No.
Oh, I wondered.
It looks like rain. What did you wonder?
Oh, nothing.
It didn't take you much then, did it?
Why are you so bad-tempered?
How can you tell whether I'm bad tempered or not?
I can tell. Wouldn't be reading that book upside down if you were actually interested in it.
Should be in the field by now. It's an hour past dinner time. I thought you had gone. Heathcliff, did you hear me?
I'm not working anymore today. Yes, I heard you. I said I'm not working anymore today.
My Aunt weak ran all of a sudden.
Hindley does not introduce from his definite presence, so I'll not work. Instead, I'll stay here with you.
Joseph, tell.
Joseph is loading along the other side of the stone flat.
Oh, of course. Thought I must see.
It'll take him till dark,
I suppose it will.
so he'll never know. Even though Hindley's not getting lessons, I can still read now. I expect they know me as much as you do. Except for that, of course. I know what we'll do.
What?
You said you weren't going out, didn't you?
Yes.
I mean, tell me, is that?
No.
Then why have you got to take this on then?
I often change in the afternoon. Haven't you noticed?
How can I when I'm working at the plowway out in the fields? I heard you change my clothes from one week against the other. You've been in ages. Shall I get cleaned up now?
You can if you like. Isabella and Edgar Linton talked to calling this afternoon. As it's on the point of rain, I hardly expect them. But
what?
well, we might tell, accidentally of course, of you being here. You wouldn't want Hindley to find out for nothing.
Okay. Or to notice that you are engaged.
Nellie and I are out of sorts. She wouldn't do it.
So you're going to send me out?
Well,
Send me out in silly little frights of yours? Sometimes I must feel like telling you, but I'm not.
tell me what? Tell me. Go on, I'll shake it out of you.
Nothing.
Nothing? That's no answer. Tell me.
Look at this calendar. The crosses offer the evening newspapers, the dots for the newspaper. You see, I mark every single day.
Yes, I see. Very foolish.
Why foolish?
As if I took notice. Where's the sense in it? Why do you do it?
Show you I do take notice.
So I should always be sitting with you? What good do I get? What do you talk about? You might be dumb or a baby for anything you say to amuse me. Or for anything you do for that matter.
Kathy, you never told me that I talk too little, or you dislike my company.
It's no company to be with someone who says nothing and knows nothing.
Despite the dark clouds, it's a wonderful evening out. Isabella asked to be excused. She was afraid it was going to rain and didn't fancy the ride. So I left early on my own.
You make of time, I would say. Nellie, what are you doing up there?
My work, miss.
You're looking splendid, Captain. I can't believe we're going to have the house to ourselves.
Little does he know.
Come,
Delighted to be at your service, sir.
you have the slightest disposition. You're going to be a great asset to my social life.
You should see her in a dirty shift and her bare feet tumbling around in the barn with Heathcliff.
Your social life, Edgar. Oh, I cannot see myself gracing to that effect.
No young lady of my acquaintance has such natural talent. I hope you are studying to improve your talents.
You can say that again.
I can never compete with Isabella. Nor do you think that I will agree to have the opportunity to do so.
You will forgive me saying so, but considering the nature of your environment, you are most credit. Which reminds me, Isabella and my mother think it is high time you paid an extended stay at the Grange.
And give us a well-deserved holiday at the Heights.
I will speak to my brother, Henry. There's nothing I would like more. I'm glad that you appreciate how to struggle through the limitations of my rustic condition.
As a rose struggles to emerge from thorns.
Oh, Nellie, you work too hard. Take yourself and your dusters off when I have guests so entitled. Don't bother anymore, Nellie. You may go.
Oh no, miss. It's a good opportunity to catch up while the master is away. He hates me to be fidgeting in his presence. I'm sure Mr. Edgar will excuse me.
You may be assured I understand his scheme.
I would hate for you to be fidgeting in my presence. You take yourself off.
Now, miss, mind your company.
You disobey me.
I'm sorry for it, miss. I've other orders to consider.
Edgar, amuse yourself. Go on watching the clouds. Pay no attention to our little domestic difficulties.
Indeed. The clouds are heavy. It looks like there's going to be a storm. In more ways than one.
Nellie, you and I shall have words later.
I'm quite contented we'll be later, miss. Ow! Miss, that was a nasty trick. I'm not going to bear it.
Didn't touch you, you lying creature.
What's that, then?
Whatever it is, let's join that.
Catherine! Oh! Catherine!
Take that, you ninny. Now go on, cry. Expect you still can.
That's right. Take warning. Now you know what she's really like.
Where are you going? You must not go.
I must and shall.
No, Edgar Lincoln. You shall not leave me in that mood. I shall be miserable all night. I shall not be miserable for you.
How can you expect me to stay after you've struck me? You made me afraid and ashamed of you. I will not come here again.
Edgar, please.
And you told a deliberate untruth.
I didn't. I did nothing deliberately. Well then, go. Go, go, go. Get out. Now, I'll cry. I'll cry myself sick.
Oh, Mrs. Dreadfully Wayward, sir, as bad as any spoiled child. Hark to her. You best be riding off, or she'll work herself into a patty in a passion and make herself sick only to grieve us. The soft thing had no more power to depart than a cat to leave a mouse it has caught.
Catherine, hush. Don't cry like that. It upsets me. Hush, Catherine. Only I am to blame. Listen to me. Hush.
There'd be no saving him. Doomed. Flown to his fate.
Where's Heathcliff?
About his work in the stable, I should think.
Good. I don't want to see him just now.
Well, miss, have you anything to say for this afternoon's behavior?
Who's that? It's part of the same thing.
Indeed, and you call that an explanation.
It's part of not wanting Heathcliff back. If you promise not to scold me, I'll tell you about it.
I think it's high time you were in bed.
Oh, Nellie, I'm so very unhappy.
A pity. So many friends and so few cares, you can't make yourself content.
Nellie, you're not still cross with me, are you? All right, I'm sorry. Truly sorry for being such a pig. Am I forgiven?
I will think about it.
I want you to do something for me.
Aha! I thought there was a catch in it.
No, you don't. I don't want you to do something for me. Well, not do something for me. I want you to keep a secret.
No?
Will you?
Is it worth keeping?
Yes. And it worries me. And I must let it out. I want to know what I should do. You're the only person I could come to with this. Will you keep my secret?
I've told you, if it's worth keeping.
Edgar Linton's asked me to marry him.
And it's to be kept secret.
Oh, yes. That's not it. That's not the secret I mean. I've given him an answer. No, now listen. Before I tell you whether it was yes or no, I want you to tell me which it ought to be then.
Really, miss, how can I know?
Think hard for a minute, then tell me.
Considering the exhibition you performed in Mr. Edgar's presence this afternoon, I think it'd be wise to refuse it. Considering he asked you after that, I think he'd either be hopelessly stupid or a venturesome fool.
If you talk so, I won't tell you anymore. I accepted him, Nellie. Be quick and say whether I was wrong.
You accepted him?
Yes, but tell me.
What's the use of talking about it? You've pledged your word.
But say whether I should have done so. Do.
Right or wrong, you can't retract, miss.
But was I wrong?
Well, there's several things to be considered before that question can be answered.
Oh.
First and foremost, do you love Mr. Edgar?
Who can help loving Edgar Linton? Of course I do.
By no means. You must say how.
Nonsense. That's enough. I do.
Really, miss? How?
Well, because he is handsome and pleasant to be with.
Bad.
And because he is young and chip.
Bad still.
And because he loves me.
Bad coming there.
And because he is rich. And I shall enjoy being mistress of the Grange and the greatest woman of the neighborhood.
Worst of all. Now say how you love him.
As everyone loves. Oh, don't be silly, Nellie.
Not at all. Answer.
Well, I love the ground under his feet, and the air over his head, and everything he touches, every word he says. I love all his looks, and all his actions, and him entirely and altogether. There.
And why?
Nonsense. Now you are making a jest of it. It is no jest to me.
I'm very far from jesting, Miss Catherine. Your reasons are not enough. There are plenty of other rich, young, handsome men in this world. What should hinder you from loving them?
They're out of my way. I see none like Edgar.
Oh, but you may. And he may not always be young and handsome. He may not always be rich.
He is now. I have only to do with the present.
Well, if you've only to do with the present, marry Mr. Linton.
I do not need your permission for that. I shall marry him. But you have still not told me whether I'm right.
Perfectly right if people only marry for the present. So let's hear what you're unhappy about. Hindley will be pleased. Mr. and Mrs. Linton will not object, I think. You will escape from a comfortless, disorderly home into a wealthy, respectable one. You love Edgar, Edgar loves you. All seems smooth and easy. Where's the obstacle?
Here and here. Whichever place the soul lives. In my heart and in my soul. I know I'm wrong.
How very strange.
That is my secret. That is what I wanted to whisper to you. Mock me and I shall go no further. Listen and I'll explain. I can't do it distinctly, but I'll try to give you a feeling of how I feel. If I were in heaven, Nellie, I should be extremely miserable.
That's because you're not fit to go there.
It's not that. I dreamt once that I was there.
I won't listen. Now go to bed.
This is nothing. I was only going to say that heaven did not see my home. It broke my heart, weeping to come back. And the angels were so furious. They flung me out into the middle of the heath on the top of Wuthering Heights, where I woke, sobbing for joy. There, if you think about it, that will explain my secret. I have no more business to marry Edgar than I had to be in heaven. And if Hindley had not brought Heathcliff so low, I should never have thought of it. And that is why you shall never know. You shall never know how I love him. And not because he's handsome, but because he's more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. And Edgar's is as different as moonbeam from lightning, as frost from fire.
Hush.
What's the matter, Nellie?
Hush. Joseph is back, and Heathcliff may be with him. I'm not sure he was not at the back door this moment.
We couldn't have overheard from there. I will have supper with you and Joseph and Heathcliff. Ask me to sit by you.
Yes, miss, if you have a mind.
And watch Heathcliff as I talk to him. I want to make sure that he has no notion of these things.
Very well.
He hasn't, has he? He has no idea what being in love is.
I see no reason he shouldn't know as well as you.
What do you mean?
And if you were to marry, he'll be the most unfortunate creature that ever was born.
Nellie!
Have you considered how you will bear the separation? Because once you marry Mr. Linton, he will lose friend love and all because Miss Catherine.
Heathcliff and I separated? Not as long as I live. Who is to separate us, Trey? It's not what I intend. It's not what I mean. Every Linton on the face of the earth had to vanish before I would forsake Heathcliff.
You are talking nonsense, miss.
He should be as much to me as he has always been. Edgar must learn to tolerate him. He will when he learns my true feelings toward him. I see you think I am a selfish wretch. But don't you see, Nellie, that if I married Heathcliff, we should be beggars?
You cannot be serious.
But if I marry Edgar, I can aid Heathcliff's rise and escape from Heathcliff's power.
With your husband's money, miss.
Edgar is generous. I'm sure he is.
This is the worst reason of all for marrying.
It's not the worst. It's the best.
There is.
I told you I could not explain it. I don't know how to express it. Surely you have some notion that there's an existence of yourself beyond you. Mine is Heathcliff. My great thought in living is him. I've seen each one of his miseries from the beginning, and they have always been mine. My love for Edgar is like the foliage in the woods. Time will change it, as winter changes the trees. But my love for Heathcliff is like the eternal rocks beneath, ever seen to give delight, but eternally necessary. Nellie, I am Heathcliff. He is always, always on my mind. Not as a pleasure, any more than I'm a pleasure to myself, but as my own being.
What's that now Heathcliff up to? The horses will be staying on the fullest stallings. He'll be in the barn, I reckon.
In the barn? Has he seen him? He made it so that Papa said he'll afterwards. When was that? How long ago?
No more nor a few minutes as we came to the cross for Gimmerton. Nobody would know Ned for Gimmerton. He were up off Ben to Moor.
Is he in the barn, Nellie? In the barn? I thought we just told you.
I shouted at the top of the fold as loud as I could. He was somewhere out of hearing. I wouldn't be surprised if old Nick hasn't got him at last.
Find him. He must be out there. Find him. It's not a good waste of time, I tell you. Storm's nearly upon us. If those horses ain't stable, I must speak to him. I must. Oh, Nellie, where can he be? Where is he?
It's my belief you heard a good bit of what you were saying just now.
Traitor! You knew!
I didn't know and I don't know. I told you at the time.
How long was he there?
Where did he go? When you said that Hindley had brought him so low it would degrade.
Oh, no! I must find him!
Don't be ridiculous. It won't be the first time Master Heathcliff has taken himself off in more.
Oh, don't be so stupid! Stupid! Don't you understand? I must find him! I must!
What's in this storm?
Nellie, what did I say? I forgot. Tell me what I said to grieve him.
What a noise for nothing. Why, he is as not likely sulking in the hayloft. You just wait. I'll fetch Master Heathcliff out.
not for Gimmerton, I'd never wonder but what he were at the bottom of the bog. But this visitation weren't for now, and I'd have you watch out, miss. It's thy turn next. Thank heaven for all works together for the good of them that is chosen and picked out from the rubbish.
What ails you, Kathy? You look as dismal and drowned as a whelp.
Been wet and I'm cold, that's all. Leave me alone.
Oh, see, she's been naughty, sir. She's been out in the storm.
Out in the storm? Why?
I don't know why.
Ellie, I'm starving of cold.
She's ill.
And who can wonder?
Damn it to hell, I don't want any more sickness here. What took you out in the rain?
Running after the lads as usual. Never a day you're off, master. But young lad O'Linton's been sleeping hither. Miss Ellen watches for you in the kitchen. As you're out one door, he's in the other. And when she's done with the gentry, she's out among the fields with that flesome devil of a gypsy Edith. I see.
Mary, hold your tongue.
You think I'm blind, but I know it too. And you good for now slandery, which I see thy game, wickedly playing the middle against the ends, helping them all onto damnation.
Stop, Nellie. If I were thee, master, I'd slam the walls in their wicked faces, gentle and simple like.
Kathy, tell me the truth, damn you. Were you out with Heathcliff tonight?
No, she wasn't.
Speak for yourself! Were you out with him tonight?
No. I never saw him.
Well, we'll sort it for the future. I shall send him packing in the morning.
No.
Nay, sir.
Be quiet and remember your place. Bag and baggage, he goes.
Send him out, and I should go with him.
You'll learn to watch your step, miss. With Heathcliff gone, I shall have all the more humor for you.
Send him out, and I shall go with him.
Damn you. Be silent! Would you get her to a run out of my sight, or she will not be weeping for nothing?
Was she very ill?
It was the beginning of her first fever. The doctor bled her and ordered us to watch in her delirium, to make sure she did not throw herself down the stairs or out the window. Mrs. Linton used to come visit us to put us to rights. For a kindness she and her husband were rewarded when they both took the
Also, if she were to marry and produce a son, and I do not, then the estate will also go to him.
So, if you do not produce a boy, or if you should die before Catherine, then she will be a penniless widow.
No, she will be well provided. But the estate and the bulk of the fortune goes to the male heir, mine, or Isabella's.
So, it is for Catherine to produce a boy.
To inherit in full, yes.
Then if she fails in her duty, let it be her own funeral.
Henley, I must have Nellie with me at the Grange.
No! I cannot leave Wuthering Heights!
Will not be cross. Tell her she must go.
Miss Catherine, Mr. Hindley, you too, sir. With all respect, it seems to me that little Hampton must be considered before all. He cannot be left with the men, without the nurse who has been like his mother.
Like his mother, but not his mother.
I will more than double your wages, Miss Dean. There's no price too high, or I'll be grudged to make my wife as happy as possible.
See, Nellie, what can be more generous?
No, I cannot leave Hampton!
Pack your traps and move to the Grange as soon as you are required. Now there is no mistress in the house, I want no more women here.
No, sir.
As for Hareton, well, the curate can take him in hand by and by.
But, sir!
You've no choice! Do as you are told!
Very well. I must do as I'm told. But let me tell you, sir, I know you only rid this place of decent people so that you may go to the devil all the faster.
Enough! You are welcome to them both!
So, sir, that is when I came here to First Cross Grange 18 years ago. Miss Catherine, Mrs. Linton I must call her now, took well to her new surroundings and seemed fond, even over fond, of her husband, and showed plenty of affection for Isabella. I do believe they were in possession of a deep and growing happiness.
What have you